Yate from New Mexico. Welcome to my channel, New Mexico Outdoors from Mountaintop Bob. All right, my last video that I'm posting in the morning. This is another one I'm doing today because I can't get my mind off of this. All right, so last one was about the laws and stuff around our photography and who's saying what and all of that. So, and I preached about the Code of Federal Regulations and that being the end all in the laws. So it's hard to find them, but to get there, just type in CFR 36-251, and that will be land uses. And then what I'm actually going to click on now is says E, little bitty E, CFR 36 CFR Part 251 land uses. Prohibition of location mining claims and yada yada. Anyway, so that'll get us almost there. So click on that. So now there's a table of contents over here, and you can go start scrolling, but you don't have to do all that because like 251.9 is management of municipal watersheds. We don't want that. So right up here it says go to CFR reference. I'm going to click on that and type in photography. Yep. Hit go. Alright, so now photography all titles, and it says there's 50 of 123 matching results. So let's go see what we got. We got commercial filming, still photography, audio recording, title 50. When do I need a permit for commercial filming or still photography? So this says title 43 part 5, and that's 5.2. So I believe this is the one we want. So let's see. It says all commercial filming requires a permit. Still photography does not require a permit unless it uses a model set or prop as defined in 5.12, or the agency determines a permit is necessary because it takes place at a location where or when members of the public are not allowed, or the agency would incur costs for providing on-site management and oversight to protect agency resources, or minimizing visitor use conflict. Visitors do not require a permit for filming or still photography activities unless the filming is commercial filming as defined in 5.12. So let's click on that. Yep. Are we? What are we? First of all, there's a description here. It says the following definitions apply to this subpart. Agency, we, our, or us, means the National Park Service, the Bureau of Land Management, and the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service as appropriate. Then the next one is commercial filming, means the film, electronic, magnetic, digital, or other recording of a moving image by a person, business, or other entity for a market audience with the intent of generating income. Alright, it goes on. Examples include, but are not limited to, feature films, videography, television broadcast or documentary, or other similar projects. Commercial filming activities may include the advertisement or product of a service or the use of actors, models, sets, or props. I want to say something here. Anytime you see the word may, if it says can, may, but if it says does, you got to pay particular interest to those little words. Cost recovery, it says what that is. Location fee, commercial filming activities or similar projects, and still photography activities where a permit is required. And it's got the definition of what a model is. It means a personal object that serves as a subject for commercial filming or still photography for the purpose of promoting the sale or use of a product or service. Models included but not but are not limited to individuals, animals, or inanimate objects such as vehicles, boats, articles of clothing, and food and beverage products placed on agency land so that they may be filmed or photographed to promote the sale or use of a product or service. This right here tells me that if I'm camping out on any of this real estate that they're talking about, and I'm shooting a YouTube video, and somebody likes what I do and wants me to include in my video for advertising purposes the type of tent that they sent me for the video, or maybe some electronic device. It could be anything. So, that's a hook right there. Let's see. For the purpose of this part, portrait subjects such as wedding parties, high school graduates, are not considered models if the image will not be used to promote or sell a product or service. And then it's got the definition of news. I'm not going to read anymore, but this is the bottom line. This says that the agency we, our, or us means the National Park Service, comma, the Bureau of Land Management, comma, and the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service as appropriate. And it says commercial filming activities. Let's see how it says with the intent of generating income. I have the intent to generate income on my YouTube channel. I may have the intent to go up there at some point and camp and spend the weekend and photograph something. And while I'm there, want to talk about something that somebody sends me to advertise. So this makes what we do as YouTube contributors using these parks and stuff. And this is National Park Service, Bureau of Land Management, and the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service as appropriate. These are federally owned lands. All right, so let's move on. Now this is why I keep saying that the Code of Federal Regulations is so important. This cuts to the chase. This tells me that what I have determined already from other sources, even though they make it so hard to find it, is in fact true. And there's no extra words put in there like such as YouTube or TikTok. There's nothing added. This is the real deal. All right, so now I want to click out of here and go talk about a couple other places that I found. All right, so it'll only take me a minute, and the reason I'm not videoing this is I'm afraid of a copyright issue by putting their websites on my YouTube channel. So we want I'm just going to type it in what I want, and that would be the BLM maps, New Mexico. We'll go with that. BLM, New Mexico, Bureau of Land Management. And so I can scroll down here and it says see more detail, mineral records, but they have a website. Let's see, where's their website? Come on, there we go. All right, I'm on their website. Now up here in the corner, there's a site search. And I've already searched in there, so I'm going to go ahead and research in there. Alright, when do I need a film permit? Bureau of Land Management. Yep. It's a little bit slow. It's coming. Here we go. Filming activities that may require permit include the use of motion picture filming, videotaping, sound recording, or other moving images or audio recording equipment on public lands that involve the use of actors, models, sets, and or props. Alright, now check this out. Public land users do not require a permit for short-term filming activities unless the activity would cause appreciable damage or disturbance to public lands, their resources, or improvements, or is prohibited by closure of lands to such activities. Still photography activities that require permit are those that use models, sets, props, that are not part of the site's natural cultural resources or administrative facilities. Portrait subjects such as wedding parties, high school graduates are not considered models or would take place where members of the public are generally not allowed or would require on-site management and oversee for resource protection or to minimize visitor conflict. Filming or still photography will not be permitted if it is determined that. Well, now you can pull this up for yourself and read all of this if you want to, but the bottom line is up here it says public land users do not require a permit for short-term filming activities unless the activity would cause appreciable damage or destruction of public lands, their resources, or improvements, or is prohibited by closure of the land to such activities. Okay, so that comes from the BLM. And that leads me to believe that I'm good to go to film and take pictures on the BLM. What did that last one say? Maybe not. Who knows? All right, so let's back up here and go to one more place. One of the places I really want to go. How much time have I got here? I'm into this 11 minutes and 50 seconds, so we got time. I only got 30 minutes. Get out of that. Let's see. Let's type in MESA. Mesa Verde National Park. This is in Colorado, but it's not far from here. It's just within my range. So let's see. It's got a park entrance, I know that. Let's scroll down here and see if they got a place that says website. I don't see it, so I'll just click on it right here. And of course, they want me to, on the first one, it's a reservation. Fees and passes. Uh-oh, here we are. We want to search real quick. Photography. Here we go. Filming and still photography permits. Mesa Verde National Park, U.S. National Park Service. Yep. Effective October 28th, 2022. The National Park Service rescinded interim guidance that was in place during litigation regarding commercial filming and has returned to the long-standing laws and regulations governing commercial filming in parks. Now remember, this is somebody else writing something. This is not coming from the Federal Code of Regulations or the Code of Federal Regulations. So anyway, questions and answers about filming and photography are provided below. When is a permit needed for commercial filming? Under federal law, all commercial filming that occurs within the unit of the National Park System requires a permit. What is considered commercial filming? Commercial filming means to film electronic, magnetic, digital, or other recording of a moving image by a person, business, or other entity for a market audience with the intent of generating income. Examples include, but are not limited to, feature film, videography, and documentaries. Commercial filming may include the advertisement of a product or service, or the line of act, or the use of actors, models, sets, or props. Basically the same thing, few extra words. Does commercial filming by individuals or small groups require permit? Federal law requires a permit for all commercial filming, no matter the size of the crew or the type of equipment. This includes individuals or small groups that use much equipment, but generate revenue by posting footage on websites such as YouTube and TikTok. The primary focus of the NPS, National Park Service, however, is on commercial filming that has the potential to impact park resources and visitors beyond what occurs from normal visitor use of the park areas. Examples of this type of filming are productions that use substantial equipment such as sets, lighting, production with crews that exceed 5 people, and the filming in closed areas, wilderness areas on location that will create conflict with visitors or harm sensitive resources. All filmers, no matter the size, must comply with all rules that apply in park areas, just like other visitors. Alright, so I'm going to stop there. You can pull this up yourself and read it. This comes off the Mesa Verde National Park website. And again, this is not how it's written there's no mention of YouTube or TikTok. But pretty much, the way I understand it, what the Code of Federal Regulations says, and this says, is in fact the same. And the Code of Federal Regulations I seem to think, or maybe we read it, that these people here in these different parks have the ability to adjust their whatever for whatever reason. Alright, so I want to go down here for commercial filming. Now you have to spend, I'm going to show this. It says commercial filming, 1 to 2 people, camera and tripod only, $0 a day. 1 to 10, $150, 11 to 30, $250, 31 to 49, $500, over 50, $750 a day. Still photography, 1 to 10, $50 a day. Now, I don't know why commercial filming 1 to 2 would be 0, and still photography 1 to 10 would be 50. I don't get it. Permits issued for non-commercial filming may be subject to cost recovery charges included. Application fees and separate location fees will not be charged. Then there's photography workshops. You can get a permit for that, and you may need a commercial use authorization. Then there's terms and conditions. Alright, here we go. How to apply. Applying for a permit. This is the part that messes it all up. I mean, I wouldn't mind not having to pay anything and get a permit for just me and my camera bag. And I do feel like all these parks need to get something for what they have there, but this is ridiculous. This does not work for me. So here we go. How to apply for a permit. A complete application packet must be submitted a minimum of 10 days prior. Move my little thing. Prior to the requested date. A required non-refundable application fee of $160 must be submitted with the application packet, or you may pay by credit card through pay.gov by contacting the park for a permit number. Priority will not be given to urgent requests. The application packet must include a whole bunch of stuff. And if I wanted to take the time to actually pull up the packet, it's crazy. I mean, it's page after page after page. And then there's a place where they want you to show proof of insurance. And it's like, but at the end of the day, if you want to do some commercial filming, 1 to 2 people, camera and tripod, only $0 a day. But you still got to get the permit, and you have to tell them exactly when you're going to be there, exactly what you're going to do. Still have to fill out the whole thing. So that's backs up what I was saying this morning, how important it is to have a working knowledge of the Code of Federal Regulations, how to wade through it. Took me forever to figure out how it works on the internet, but it's actually easier, and someplace they said that it's updated daily, so you get, up-to-date information. And some of these websites we're pulling up, like the BLM website and others, they may not be updated yet. It is just, it's only been just 20 days or so since the law went into effect. I forget when it was. It went into effect last year in October. That's what it was. So that's where we're at, folks. If I hope they turn it around. It seemed to me like, and I've seen it somewhere in an old copy of or something somewhere, where one man and a camera was sort of exempt from all of this because you go out on a hiking trail, you take it with you, but now, due to the fact that we have a YouTube channel and it may at some point generate income, we as wildlife content creators and other people that want to video their experience at the national parks, travel videos, this and that, you're liable. Make sure you got your ducks in a row. Why I decided to go ahead and do this is because right after I finished the video that's going to be uploaded in the morning, this one I still have to edit, I pulled up YouTube, and lo and behold, right there across the first top of the page, somebody had shot a video in a federal park, and it was a gorgeous video. I mean, I loved every minute of watching it, and I will not call them out who they were and won't say anything about it. But I hope this person had to weigh with it all to get their ducks in a row and do it legal. So, because this video very possibly could draw a lot of attention, it's so well made, and I don't want to see nobody get in trouble. So that's where we're at with it. So now I want to get into the state parks and see what I can do there. They're not covered by the Federal Code of Regulations or Code of Federal Regulations. They're not covered by them, other than to say, if there's some water management or something, but or the fish and wildlife game may have some over that. I don't know. Was it freshwater fish and wildlife or whatever it was one of the groups that was included in the us and the we and all of that in the beginning of the little thing there saying who's required here. So now I put off getting a hold of Blue Water Lake people today because I got interested in doing this because I seen a video somebody had put up that was 2 days old. So there you have it. I'm not going to run this all the way out for 30 minutes. Nothing much else I want to talk about. I've got this out of the way. I'm going to start moving towards the drone situation and video what it takes to get set up and legal, and follow through with that, and include the CFR in it as well, and the numbers, and where to get the information, and go ahead and pay the $5 and get me set up so I can go out in the yard and fly my drone for fun. Now my question is going to be, if I'm out there and I'm trying to make this gizmo do things and it just won't do what I want it to do and I'm not having fun, my intent was to have fun. My intent was to go out there and fly the drone for recreation. If it flies and smacks me in the face and suddenly it's no longer recreation, well, I won't be filming it, so it won't be. I don't know, how will that work? We'll see. We'll ask the FAA in the next video. All right, guys. Hope everybody enjoyed this little bit of informative information on why I cannot go up in the Cibola National Forest and take a chance on getting in trouble for shooting something that may end up going viral. I already had one video that went viral, and I'm not. There's no way to know where that was shot at, but it wasn't shot in on the other side of any sign that said Cibola National Forest. Let me just put it that way. Um, and with that, thanks for watching. And let's see, how do I get out of here? Oh, I know. See ya.